They didn't just laugh at her. They shoved her into the dirt, spilling her books across the schoolyard like they were nothing more than trash. Lily didn't fight back. She never did. She just stared at the ground, cheeks burning, wishing, just once, someone would see her. Someone would care. The boys towered over her, mocking the tremble in her voice, calling her weak, calling her alone. They didn't know who her mother was. They didn't know what was coming. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. Lily picked up her books one by one, trying to pretend the tears weren't there. She told herself she was used to it. But the truth was, she was breaking. Every insult felt heavier than the last. Every shove left something invisible, yet bruised. She wanted to scream. She wanted to disappear. And the worst part wasn't the pain. The worst part was how normal it had become. Then her phone buzzed. A single message from her mother. On my way. Hold on. Her breath caught. Her mother, Captain Eleanor Rhodes, was deployed more than home. A Navy SEAL. One of the few women to ever reach that rank. Lily admired her, but sometimes she resented the distance. She wondered if strength was something you were born with, or something you learned too late. At home, Elena had received a quiet call from the school counselor. She heard the words bullied, hurt, alone, and something inside her snapped. She didn't shout. She didn't cry. She simply stood up, looked her team in the eyes, and said 4 words. We're going to my daughter. No one questioned her. SEALs don't hesitate. Back at school, the bullies weren't finished. One of them kicked her books again, laughing. Lily didn't lift her head. She didn't want them to see the moment she finally broke. Then, the air changed. It started with silence, unnatural, heavy, like the schoolyard was holding its breath. Heads slowly turned toward the gate. 3 black military SUVs rolled to a stop. Doors opened. Boots hit the pavement in perfect rhythm. Not just a soldier, not just a squad, an entire Navy SEAL unit. 100 of them. Moving as one, at the front, her mother. The bullies froze. The crowd fell completely still. Even the wind seemed to step back. Elena didn't shout. She walked toward her daughter, every step powerful, controlled, unstoppable. She knelt in front of Lily, lifted her chin gently, and looked into her eyes. You don't ever bow your head to people who can't see your worth, she whispered. Not while I'm breathing. Then she stood and turned to the boys. No threats, no rage, just a silent, terrifying reminder of who she was and what she commanded. The SEALs didn't move a muscle. They didn't need to. Their presence alone said everything. But then something unexpected happened. One of the boys, the loudest one, lowered his eyes and whispered, I'm sorry. Not because he feared punishment, but because, for the first time, he understood. He saw the cost of his cruelty reflected in the face of the girl he hurt. And for the first time, Lily looked up, not with fear, but with strength she didn't know she had. Not because her mother arrived with power, but because she finally believed she deserved to be protected. The crowd slowly began to applaud, not for the soldiers, not for the entrance, but for the girl who stood up, even while sitting on the ground. Justice didn't come with violence. It came with presence, with truth, with a mother who refused to let silence win. Some people think strength is in the fist, but real strength is in the choice not to use it, because kindness doesn't vanish. It waits, and it finds its way back. And somewhere in that schoolyard, the girl who once watched her tears fall into the dirt finally walked tall. Thank you for listening. If this story moved you, leave a comment, share your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe. Because there are more stories just like this one, and you deserve to hear every single one.